Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video where today we return with round 4 of the WOR League. This time around we're heading to the Belgian Grand Prix. Yes, Circuit Spa-Francorchamps, one of my favourite tracks, of course, on the Formula 1 calendar. But on F122, it can be a bit of a nightmare. It requires such little downforce, you really are just hanging on for dear life through the middle sector. If you missed out last week's video from Baku, I would highly recommend going back and checking it out. Fingers crossed today we can have a bit of a better run at things. I'm just hoping we can try and make it to the end in one piece and finally have a race where we don't bottle it. We've lost a couple of very quick drivers from the league. They've been promoted up, so hopefully, you know, a chance at a podium might be slightly easier to come by, but we'll wait and see what happens. Oh, dearie me. It's wet qualifying then here from Belgium, and it looks like the track conditions are just meant to get slightly worse, at least early on in the session, so I need to get my sim racing mittens back on incredibly quickly here. It's not going to shift around too much though, but yeah, we're going to need a bit more downforce then to try and make sure that we can get a good lap on the board. Let's go like that. I mean, that's a good thing for me. I like running more downforce around this circuit, so I think we'll run some fairly high wings ready for this weekend's racing action. But yeah, qualifying even is just going to be trying to get as many laps on the board as we can. But yeah, don't think it's going to get any worse anytime soon. Drastically worse, that is. Right, we're just trying to get some feeders out then on the circuit on our out lap, just making sure that we're roughly under some understanding about where the grip's going to be. Is Blanchimont completely flat out? Yes, it is, but of course we are running no battery and lean revs as we head down in towards the final corner. Of course, there will be a bit of concertina up as everyone tries to find some real estate, but rounding out the final corner then, let's try and get a decent first time on the board. ERS management is going to be crucial during qualifying, just making sure you've got enough battery to go again. Chris there making a bit of a mistake as we head up in towards the final couple of corners. My teammate got a new teammate now for the rest of the season. There goes up onto pole. That's what we like to see, is the first car to finish off the run, but still, pole is pole as well. That was close. Almost ran wide through the final couple of corners. Times are slowly improving though as we wind our way through the final couple of turns. Where are we going to be relative to the other cars that have set a time there? 56.1 is fastest. We go about half a second away. Oh, it risks. Goes incredibly quicker there. 155.0. I was quite fancying my chances towards the end of my second run as we wind our way up in towards the final couple of turns. Gonna have to try and go on an ERS save lap once I get round these final couple of corners there, just to make sure that we've got enough battery then to go again. But out of the final turn up towards the line, this should put us P2. No, we go P3 there. Red Bull now for the front row lockout early on in the session. Still over 10 minutes left on the clock. Plenty of times for other cars to improve and find time. Championship leader MEG then only good enough for P5 at the moment, just in front of myself, so that's reassuring for us to see. You know, changeable conditions qualifying will spice up the grid a little bit, as we will get one more run out of this first stint. Then we'll have to box and bolt on a fresh set of tyres to go out for the second half of qualifying. No! Oh no! We were so far up early on in the session, but just a little trip up there late on that lap. Unfortunately, that has really cost us there. We were about 6 tenths up. That could have been right on the cusp of fastest. We would have been right there or thereabouts, but at least now we know we've got the pace in the car. We'll box and we'll go again. Oh, there we go. A new benchmark set by Risks, 154.8. We just have to try and find our zen in these final few minutes of qualifying then here from Belgium. Just need that one hooked up lap. I don't think it's going to be a case of last car on a run's got a big advantage. There is still steady rain around the Spa-Francorchamps circuit. You don't often say steady rain around Belgium, do we? It's often just absolutely wild and unpredictable. But yeah, we just need one hooked up lap here late on in qualifying. Let's try and get that time. decent first time, but we need to find more. Final couple of turns. We just ran slightly wide there. We had to take the gamble, try and see if we could bump ourselves up the order a little bit more, but I got no idea who's on pole. But at very best, we're starting P6 for the Belgian Grand Prix. That one hurts a little bit. Felt like there was a bit more time to be had there. Felt like we could have dipped down in towards those 154s, but a 155.3 is not bad going there. It is, of course, it's MEJ. So quick and so consistent. I think he's done enough. He will be on pole here. Well, having a look then at our final qualifying results, MEJ on the pole ahead of Risks and Adrian there. Track Paulos in P4, just one, no, sorry, not 1,000th of a second ahead of Demi there. A little bit of a gap between them. We've got 3/10 back to Chris behind myself. My teammate Liam there starting in 11th, but yeah, let's see what we can do then. Belgian Grand Prix, of course, everyone's going to be trying to run a little bit less downforce than qualifying. Hopefully, we can try and just have a clean race and maybe score some big points again. Right, well, having a look then at strategy here for the Belgian Grand Prix. I'm going to run slightly less front wing there. We're going to bring it back down to 10. But yeah, I'm going to try and go hards to mediums this afternoon. Spa can be a rather slippery circuit. I also don't really... See, I'm always tempted to gamble going under on fuel, because we've had safety cars, I think, in every race so far this year. But I know full well the one race I don't do it, there won't... Sorry, the one race I do it, there won't be a safety car. So we're going to just leave it at 22.3. Hopefully we can try and get a clean, tidy start. We all know what the source can be like here at Spa. But P6 on the grid. Let me know down in the comments below where you think we'll finish this one here today. Looks like everyone is trying to go hards to mediums. It does make sense. It's just a slightly better strategy to implement around most tracks on F122. But of course, no formation lap. So we've just got to get on with it as Amber Bale there trying to connect. Let's do this thing. Focus at the start map. 5 red lights. Not a good start for Risks down in towards turn 1 as we got a McLaren of Jordan there trying to look around my outside. Got an Alfa Tauri car on the inside. There is going to be 3 wide off of the first turn. Oh, Jordan, please don't squeeze me. Will be the one that has to back out of that one then, as we'll try and do the old up and under. And I think we've got a virtual safety car immediately then. I don't know how someone's been... Oh, no, it's a full safety car. Plenty of carnage and chaos then at the start of this one, and I've lost 2 places because of it. However, I might do something cheeky. I'm thinking, is it worth going double mediums through to the checkered flag here? We're down to 17 runners. I'd only lose 9 places. It's just whether we'd be quick enough to try and make up the difference again. I want to see if anyone else in front is going to pit, though, at the end of that one. We'll probably see a couple of cars behind us into the pit lane. There we go, MEJ is doing it there. Looks like a lot of cars are, so you know what, we're going to try it. We have got 2 sets of the mediums to see us through to the checkered flag. Of course, Jordan will get jumped, probably by myself there, depending on how much time he'll lose to MEJ. So that's good to see for us. Unfortunately, we can't quite hold up the second McLaren there, but where are we going to re-emerge then in this Grand Prix? Oh no, MEJ's gone the other way. What have I done? Have I just balls this up? I don't quite know there. That is not good. We've just mugged Jordan off accidentally. But we're P12, so we've only lost 4 places because of that. But we are now on quicker tyres, hopefully right the way through to the flag. And of course, if we have to go back to those hards, we can. Right, well, safety car coming in at the end of lap 3. I think it is Track Paulos who is going to lead us away to the green flag. How much Constantina and up are we going to get here? That is the real question, I'm sure. But yeah, I mean, now hopefully, of course, we should have a bit of advantage over most cars in this race, because anyone on mediums will have to go hards, and anyone on hards will have to, obviously, already have a bit of a disadvantage here. So as we get ready to go then, I'm just going to try and leave a little bit of space in front of me. I don't quite know what Adrian's doing. Perhaps he's on the same strategy as myself, as looks like it is green flag racing down in towards the bus stop chicane. Of course, can't do anything yet until we make it to the start-finish line, but very, very cold tyres as we head out of the final corner. But I'm sure Jordan behind us on those hards will be suffering even more there, as it looks like that Ferrari has got a mega launch out of the final and first corner, sorry. Able to just get on with it very, very quickly there, and they in the Red Bull have absolutely bolted it. That must be Risks still in P2, but we've got to try and settle down. Let's see what it's like that one. Oh, easy flat still. But yeah, now we've got to just try and settle down, manage the battery as well, of course, throughout the afternoon, and wait for more chaos and carnage to ensue. This is Spa, after all. Really hasn't taken long. My teammate there just getting squeezed out as we head down the hill in towards Pouon. Hopefully not going to sit in the way. Wonder if he's picked up some front wing damage off the restart there, but up into P11 we go. Still running very, very high wings from qualifying, with slightly higher wings. As yellow flags out. I think the Alpine at the rear of the field's had issues. But yeah, we're now just one place outside the points once more. Oh, I think we've got a couple of disconnected cars there. The Haas of Demi trying to get back into things. And there's another one a bit further up there as Risks now has taken the lead of the race. Are we going to see the Haas car get back in control of his vehicle? As it looks like one of the PSR Aston Martins as well. I think they're as disconnected. So up now into 10th place we go. Still side by side with that Haas car, but of course they're a ghost luckily, so we don't have to worry about that. The Aston Martin as well, losing plenty of time, is unfortunate, of course, when anyone disconnects there. As Adrian's already picked up a 3-second penalty, so not ideal. Penalties will be a very, very common occurrence today. There we go, the Haas has reconnected, and they're going 3 wide behind me almost immediately then in this Grand Prix, so we'll let them dispute that as much as they like, but hopefully now, yeah, we can shift past the Aston Martin and move up into P9 there. It's just trying to keep track on what MEG's doing. Still in 7th, just a little way up the road with Barney, another quick driver, just in front of him. Oh, we got another safety car. Don't know what's happened there. Could we go hards to the end from here? Surely it's worth considering. Takes us to about lap 8. Yeah, we could go hards from here to the end, so I reckon it might be worth going back on that one lap worn set. It wasn't even really a proper lap, was it? And try and take those to the end, or do we think we could stretch a set of mediums right the way through? 14 laps, roughly, of course, proper racing laps. I reckon it's worth a gamble. You know what? Let's try it. Try and go mediums, taken to the end of the Belgian Grand Prix here. It's a bit of a stretch, but as long as we're really gentle on the outlap, it shouldn't be too bad. Or obviously under the safety car. It might be a big gamble there. Looks like no one else is trying it, but I'm going to go for it. We're going to be at the rear of the field off the restart, but it is what it is. Now, of course, on these safety car laps, we've got to try and keep that tyre wear as low as we possibly can, because it might make a big difference towards the end of this race. Jordan's lost his wing under safety car. I don't know how or why or what's gone on there, but it's happened and we're back into P15. Oh, that really hurts Jordan. I feel so sorry for him. He's going to have to box now on a safety car restart and change his front wing, but he's coming in 1 lap earlier than I was hoping for as well. He's going to make our strategy even more difficult there. We've got to try and do 15 laps on a set of medium compound tyres to see us through to the flag. I mean, it's not the end of the world if we do have to box, because we could easily go soft compound tyres late on in the day, but I mean, it's a bit of a gamble, but it is what it is. You know, I want to just try a couple of different things. You know, we're not battling for a championship. I don't think we need to worry about, you know, trying to win races or anything like that. I would like to finish up the order there, as we've lost another one. What on earth is happening? I can't give that position back. He's span, and luckily the game has realised that. But I think we're going for it then down at the final couple of corners. So we wind our way through, back into P14 then at the Belgian Grand Prix. Jordan, of course, going to have to dive it in. But I'm going to have to monitor and look after these tyres right the way through to the flag. Oh! Didn't want to do that, mate. That must be an incredibly low downforce Ferrari, but that's another freebie for us. Back into P13 we go. Not quite sure what lines my teammate's taking, but he's let me by. We're into P12 then, before the end of the first lap after this safety car. What are the tyres up to? Let's see how bad that is. Oh, 8%! That's 5% in 1 lap. They're going to be at close to 80 towards the end of this race if we keep that up. But, of course, as the fuel gets less and less, it should get slightly better for us. But it is still going to be a nursing job. Aston Martin still disconnected, so that's going to promote us into P11. As Donk Dank and NSR Hot Speed going to go side by side back down in towards the first corner. Donk Dank makes the place up into P9 for him. We should be back into the points in the not too distant future, as long as obviously we keep doing what we're doing. But yeah, really it's just about trying to manage the pace and get into the flag as quickly as possible. Oh, we got another safety car. That really damages me. That really, really damages us. I mean, it helps the tyres, but now, of course, everyone's probably going to box. I'm going to have to go back over onto hards. I mean, we could go on to our other set of mediums again, but oh, that really does haunt us. I mean, we could stay out on these, I suppose, take track position. Might be worth doing that. Everyone's going to have slightly fresher tyres than me, but we will be back at the front. Come on, hot speed. I want to try and match my delta. As everyone else is going to peel into the pit lane here, we might take the lead of the Belgian Grand Prix. It depends on what everyone else does do. Looks like one of the Mercs is opting to stay out. Speed there a little bit earlier on the brakes than I was expecting, and he will dive into the pit lane then. So we are going to be up into what, P4 then of this race. Really does look like strategy has been flipped on its head countless times. It might be P5. In fact, no, it is 4th. So yeah, if you guys really want to try and extend their hard compound tyres, but we will take track position. Now we've got to nurse these again. Right, we'll safety car in then at the end of lap 11. We've still got half a race to go, and I'm praying we don't get anywhere near as many safety cars as we've had in the first half here. Chris and Risks just behind me, both on fresher mediums, but we all, I'm sure, are trying to go to the end. I've got no idea what the top 3 are planning on hard, so I'm going to assume they're all trying to go to the checkered flag as well there. But Thomas is going to lead the way ahead of Barney and Demi out of the final corner. We've just got to try and put the power down. Really did struggle there a little bit. As we head back down in towards turn 1. Whoa, that's going to be a freebie. Thank you. Demi, they're almost into the back of Barney through that first corner, but we've got to try and run away. There is Risks has made it through on Chris as well. There is plenty of battling still going on off this restart. Dang, little wing is Risks running around this circuit at the moment. They're able to gain so much up the straights. We're going to have to try and defend from him, but he's going to have a look to the outside there. Don't really think there's much we can do about it. We'll try and go a little bit later on the brakes in towards the bus stop chicane. Then we'll give him the room through the second part. But yeah, nothing we can do about that. Look how quick that thing is off the corners. New fastest lap as well. As the Merc's still battling it out. Chris thinks about it in towards turn 1. But can't make anything happen. But I think we've just got to try and see if we can follow the Red Bull by. So here comes the Alfa Tauri though on myself. I mean, look at that. Why are we so much slower down the straights? What wings are these people running there as the Red Bull trying to get past both Mercs? Oh, he doesn't quite able to pull anything off just yet. I mean, we've still got to wait to see if people get penalties between now and the end as well. This is getting very, very congested. So we head down the hill. They're 5-way strapped for the lead. I mean, we've got Demi and MEJ not far behind us either. There's still plenty that will go on in the second half of this one as Jordan's gone. Not too sure what's happened to him, but we need to try and keep the instant counts down to a minimum. Just keep doing what we're doing. Whoa, Chris, that big mistake as we head down in towards the Fania chicane. That's an annoying another one. Can't afford any more of those this afternoon. As Barney and Risk still battling hard wheel to wheel. It's giving Thomas just a tiny opportunity just to break free, as now, luckily for me, Chris is out of the DRS. Someone else has been there. I think that's Demi, and we've got another one. Of course we do. What do I do? Do I go softs? No, we stay out. We've got to stay out. I'm staying out. I don't care. I've just got to. As Barney will box, Risks will box, we will stay out then, and we will take the lead of this Grand Prix there. We absolutely had to go for it, and now we will control the pace off the next restart. Right, well, safety car in then. 7 laps to go of the Belgian Grand Prix, and we are now controlling the pace. He's trying to get a bit of heat into the tyres, but also I've got to be very, very careful I don't take too much out of them either. On 30%, so we should be pretty safe between now and the checker flag. But I've just got to run like crazy off this restart and hope that the cars behind really squabble with each other. Risks and Barney way, way back down the order by virtue of their pit stop. Well, I mean, we're going to have to go out of the bus stop, aren't we, as we head our way through. Get the car rotated through nicely. Get on that power and let's go for it. Run away. Run away as best as possible off this restart. We know just how low wing that Alfa Tauri car is running. It feels like everyone is going to be running a lot less wing than me, and how often do I say that on F122 there, as that'll put some heat through the rears, but we've just got to use battery and use it like it's going out of style. We'll save it a little bit up through a Rouge and rally on and then get back on it as early as possible. We also, of course, got to make sure that we keep all four wheels between the white lines as best as possible in the dying stages here. As here comes Chris. Won't quite be able to get the run. We can just about get into that apex. Oh, back to the racing line, sorry. And let's just try. Keep my head down and do what we got to do. Oh, here comes Chris, though, up in towards the final couple of corners. Just got to make sure we cover off the run as best as we can. To the outside he'll look. Just sit in the middle of the road. Not Mark. We've not got a very long way to go still this afternoon, as Chris is going to try and look around the outside at the final corner. We're going to have to try and defend from him. MEJ, new fastest lap of the day. Just try and defend through turn one there. We'll give him a big old squeeze, but I think he might just about get the run on me. At the first corner, we've got to give him the space as we head down in towards Eau Rouge, and yet he will get through. Not a lot we can do there, just so much extra top end speed, but again, we can try and stick close. It's not over until it's over. We've already seen Chris make a mistake late on in the day. Oh, did not want that. That's not going to do anyone any favours. MEJ gets closer and closer, thinks about it, but thinks better of it again. I think Chris knows he's got to try and break out of the DRS range of this restart, of course, before it's re-enabled. It will be at the start of the next lap there, and you can see he's getting closer and closer to getting that gap that he needs. We need to try and get a good tidy run out of the final corner, which we haven't done. That might just give him the chance. He needs 1 second. No. Oh, this is not helping us. If Chris gets out of the DRS, there's not going to be anything we can do against MEJ. So we head out of turn one. I mean, look, where are we losing so much time? I don't get this game. I don't get the setups at all. It's so painful. And now, I mean, there's not really a lot we can do against MEJ. 5 laps to go. This afternoon, we're going to have to let him through there. It is going to be versus Niall up next. And I mean, just look. Where am I losing so much? I don't understand. Just keep avoiding penalties. That's the other big thing. Oh, we got yellow flags out. Someone's got issues. Someone else has binned it later on in the day. Now is the time we could do with another safety car here, just to stagnate the grid. For another lap or so, but MEJ in hot pursuit. Chris up the road. I mean, we've got Barney now back within 2 seconds of myself, but he's also got a 3-second penalty. Still between myself and Nail towards the end. Some more yellow flags. Someone else appears to have made a mistake as well. I don't get, I'm losing 0.3 of a second in every traction zone around this circuit. I do not understand where I'm losing all this time there. It's got to try and get a good run out onto the Kemmel Straight, but again, it's not really for anything at the moment. There's no point. Not going to be able to do anything. Whoa! Both of them trying to go down the inside there, and somehow we make it work. Have to jump out the way at the last moment. As Barney, of course, like we said, with a 3-second penalty. Someone behind me's got 14 seconds worth of penalties. So if we can try and get back past the Williams, podium fight is still on. He broke early. I've had to jump out of the way. We've been dived by the Red Bull. Come on. Don't give up. Oh, we're going to get squeezed. Just going to get pinched. Oh, someone else has gone. That's Chris. No, from the lead. Oh no, Chris has binned it. And now, because we've lost the place to risks as well, we are still out of podium contention at the moment. Barney, we should be able to still get him with 2 laps to go. Surely we won't lose 6 seconds. But we need to get back past one of these two, as MEJ is going to be handed on a silver platter a race victory by the looks of it. Nail running very wide. That might be a warning. Gets away with it for now. As all risks gets very squibbly as well on the exit. We've got 3 seconds back to Thomas behind. He's not really too much of a concern either. Surely Barney won't pull that much time away from us late on in the day. Surely these two can just keep battling. Give me a freebie. Come on, lads. I don't want to bottle yet another podium chance late on, but... Oh, tyre wear warning. Whoa, tyre wear warning light's just flashed up. What on earth is going on there? But yeah, we're going to have to nurse these tyres to the end. They are 60%. Oh, dearie me. Nail's internet is all over the show at the moment, but one more lap to go then here from Belgium. Barney is actually taking big chunks of time out of MEJ. I mean, we might actually lose the place to Barney here, to be completely honest. He has absolutely romped away off this restart there, but I know Nail trying to hang on inside the range of risks to the checkered flag here. We've got Thomas not too far behind us either, so we try and put the power down out of the final corner. I reckon Barney's got me. we're still sat in the 1 minute 48s there as, here we go, final lap then of the Belgian Grand Prix. Where are we going to try and finish today? Just going to have to use a load of battery out of the first corner. How are we out of the 1 second zone? We get back in just. Only just there on nail, but surely it's not going to be enough to make any difference as we head up the Kemmel Straight there. We're a second back. We will absolutely take the free bit of time, but still completely out of DRS. And even with DRS, we are losing time as we head up the Kemmel Straight here. We've just got to keep pushing on to the flag. Hope that perhaps Barney's tyres start to fall off towards the end of this and really pray that ours don't, even though they already basically have. I reckon Barney has got me. That Merc is so far clear up the road. I don't know how he's done it, but he might just have done it here. Unless he's picked up a third penalty. We're still hoping that someone just in front of me will pick up a penalty on the final lap of this race and pray that it isn't me. But again, another difficult end to another race where it just all comes away from me right towards the end. We did take a big gamble this time round there, but we absolutely had to go for it. And there is still, there's a tiny part of me that's hoping we might still be able to fight. Oh, Barney's binned it! On the final lap of this race, Barney's gone round there, so pushing too hard towards the end. And it will all go away from the Mercedes car there. And we are again, therefore, going to finish agonisingly close to the podium places come the end of a race here. Nail will just about hang on, I think, after binning it in qualifying, unless he does something through the final couple of corners. But round in the final turn, it's only going to be P4 again. Again, we come so frustratingly close to a podium. When is it going to happen? One day, we will watch that podium celebration and we will be up there. But P4 at the end of the Belgian Grand Prix there. GG's to MEJ. I think, yeah, we would have actually finished behind Barney had he not bottled it late on. So that kind of was a bit of a saving grace for us there. Risks comes through for P2. Nail, like I said, 15th to 6th there. A mega job done by him. Hats off there. Ahead of myself there. Demi in P5 ahead of Thomas. Donk Dank, Barney, Hot Speed and Chris. Oh, it hurts for Chris, bless him. Late on in the lead, comfortable. But I think apparently he got a lag spike that cost him there a good chance. But more solid points on the board for us. You know, we're consistent. We are getting decent points there. I've got no idea where we are currently in the championship. But thank you all so much for watching this video nonetheless. If you have enjoyed, please do make sure to leave a like. Get yourself subscribed as well. And we will be back very, very soon with more WOR. That podium, it is gonna happen at some point, I beg.